and thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It's very important. Thank you. Many of you will look at this video, give comments, but you don't like, share, and subscribe. I have to have those. Please help. But let me start out with a little pet peeve of mine. Not just a pet peeve, this is a serious bitch. Redneck crackers in Weld County, Colorado. What is wrong with you crackers? I mean, really, your political beliefs outstrip reason, reality, medical advice, everything. I was just in the grocery store here the other day, and I saw probably 10% of the people not wearing masks. I told them, put a mask on. They look at you like you're some type of crazy. Well, I'll tell you, they might have a political lean and a political belief that this is all a hoax because their Führer said so. But the fact of the matter is, this is extremely deadly. Weld County is #1 in the state right now with our per capita. #1 with COVID. And these morons are walking around with their children and with no protection whatsoever. You know, you doing it to yourself and your own children, your own family is one thing. And I personally don't give a damn. But when you come out and with 30% of COVID patients, 30%, some even say higher, that are asymptomatic, you have no right to come out and infect me and my family. It's real simple. Put a mask on. Have some human, just basic, decent human respect. Come on. Man. Alright. Now that I've got that out of my system, let's move on to one of my other favorite subjects here in COVID-19. Let's move on to the great cracker states of the South, redneck heavens. And these people want desperately now, they're reopening Georgia. Let's take a look at Georgia here for a minute. 23,000 COVID cases, over 900 dead, and rising, repeat that, rising rapidly. Does this fit a state that should open? Of course it doesn't. In any logical sense it doesn't. But it's ruled by, let's say it together, redneck crackers that only concern themselves with the profit margin. Their governor has been called and has been ripped by the oligarchs. We need our profit centers open, our profit streams flowing. You will do it. If 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, who cares? We want our profits. You owe us. If you're going to get campaign contributions, you will reopen. And they're doing it now in South Carolina and Florida. Look at... Please, let's just take a moment and take a look at what's happening in Georgia. Okay? Then we'll talk some more. Woo-wee, as they say down in the South. That doesn't sound like a state that's ready to open to me. How about you? No, there's only one reason it's opening. Because of the oligarchy. That's the only reason. Their economic system, national corporate socialism, demands that it be reopened. They don't give a damn how many people die. Well, personally, I think a decent and just society should. But hey, I know a lot of people agree with that. Hopefully we're the majority and we get rid of Das Führer in the fall. But I'll tell you, there's another issue here. And this is pretty damn serious also. This is COVID-19 in our jails and prisons. They say upwards of 1/3 of the people in our jails in this country right now, the only reason they are there is because they cannot afford bail. Is a death sentence, literally the possibility of a death sentence, the way COVID is spreading in prisons, is that justice? Is that decency? Is that the American way anymore? Just keep them in prison and let them die? That's repulsive. Absolutely ignorant. It's criminal. Why aren't judges right now releasing every person in jail that cannot afford bail for non-violent offenses? Come on, let's get our head out of our asses here. This is insane. A death sentence is not what these people deserve, nor what anybody expects them to go through. This is, God. Let's take a look at the way this is spreading throughout our jails.
Dots all over the country indicating prisons or jails where there are known to be coronavirus outbreaks. Now, the bigger the dot, the bigger the size of the known outbreak. But honestly, part of the problem in jails and prisons is, well, A, there's not very much testing in most of them, but B, once you've got it in there, it's proving very, very, very difficult to keep the rest of the people who live in that facility and work in that facility from getting infected as well. So even small outbreaks in jails and prisons tend to become big outbreaks very fast, and they're then a prime vector for spreading the infection to the surrounding community as staff from that jail or prison go home to their families at the end of every shift. So it's kind of on this map, it's kind of remarkable to see this spread, even with terrible access to testing. Just the spread of prisons and jail cases across the country. But just look for a second at Georgia. Look at how many of these red dot jail and prison outbreaks there are, specifically in the state of Georgia. And again, Georgia today is opening back up because that state's Republican governor has decided, I guess, he just doesn't want to deal with this anymore, so he's going to pretend like it's fine.
Well, my friends, I hope tonight's videos help spark some conversation out there about some very important issues. COVID-19, both in our open communities and in our jails and prisons. It's just disgusting the way things are going, and the way that the oligarchs are getting their way. Once again, I'd just like to say that we must create a society that is better for us, a democratic socialist society, one that cares about people more than just profit. What we have today is not capitalism like they tell you. We talk about it all the time. This is national corporate socialism. They say we don't have a right to put up rules and regulations against their profit, against their businesses. They say they get in the way. They've spent 40 years hacking and destroying everything that was built up. And they've been very successful. Look at the society we have because of it. If we cannot regulate them, then why are we subsidizing them with trillions of dollars to keep them afloat? They violate their prime objective of capitalism. They are saying themselves, they are too weak to survive. Is that not the basic premise of capitalism? If a company goes out, so what? The reality is, when society then needs that service of those people, a new one will be created. Is that not creative destruction, as they always say? No, they don't want capitalism. They want their oligarchy under national corporate socialism. Now, we have every right in the world as citizens of this society to be able to govern ourselves in the way that we see fit, not in the way the corporation sees fit. Oh yes, please remember, put on a damn mask. You don't have a right to kill people just because you're ignorant. Well, thank you again for watching, as I've said, and please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. With over 55,000 dead Americans so far and counting, no one has a right to put anyone else at risk because they don't want to obey social rules of decency.